This video came about when I was talking to one of the guys I know in the knife community recently. I was selling a few things in the discussion of having money or not having money, or having money to put towards certain types of purchases came up. So I figured that I would give my perspective on that a little bit. And granted, this is not a catch-all. I know sometimes in the comments, you know, it's but what about this caveat? What about that caveat? I'm speaking in general when I have these kind of videos come up, but I do appreciate the comments and the conversation. That's what helps the channel. That's what helps us all communicate with one another and build those relationships within the knife community. But anyway, back to but I don't have the money. So you want to buy something, or in this specific case, we were talking about buying American items versus buying overseas items, which everything in this picture here, besides this, and I'm not sure where Hinderer makes that, are American products. It came up, you know, but I don't have the money to always buy American. And while I understand that as if I look at just what dollars I have available to me right this second in whatever account that I use for purchases, I think that we overlook, and I think it's a problem with our purchasing habits. Clearly here, I've got two mini A100s here. These, if anybody knows, these are incredibly hard to come by. They're usually fairly expensive, and they command easily $150 plus. Do I need two of these? Absolutely not. I won't go into how I ended up with both of them. But anyway, when I ended up finding a new one, which this one here is one from the very last drop, when I ended up finding the new one in the configuration that I wanted, even had the chance to purchase a Pete Gray thumb disc, monster thumb disc in Zerk. Did I really need this? No, I really didn't need that. And I probably could go ahead and just get rid of this easily for $150. Even if I just threw it out there at $125, just to get rid of it. It's $125 sitting here right in my face. If you followed my videos, you know that I prefer the Sebenza over the Bowie. And if you've been keeping up with these Bowies, you know these Bowies are commanding $350, $400, $500 for the knife since it's been discontinued. So here you've got another, let's just call it $300, which would be retail. This is a Marathon JSAR. This Marathon JSAR is pretty. Let's see if I can get it focused in. You can see it was a beater. It is a beater. I want to get it sent off and have it looked at by Marathon, but in the meantime, it's just been sitting around collecting dust. This watch band alone, this bracelet alone, is a $200 bracelet. The watch is probably easily another $600, $700 watch, brand new. So even if this was just $500, again, this is just something that's just sitting around collecting dust, and I'm not using it. So if I really needed money for a purchase, cash in my hand right here. Again, these two knives here, which some of these items are already up for sale. These two knives right here, I've got the single blade and the double blade 56 GEC that I bought. And do I enjoy the knives? Absolutely, I enjoy the knives. But do I need both of these? No, I don't. And for that reason, I do have both of these listed, and whichever one sells first is whichever one is going to go, and I'll keep the other one. But again, this is cash that I have sitting around that I'm not tapping into. This scale right here, I was fortunate enough to send my Hinderer back in, my MP1 back in the Hinderer, and have the stop pin issue fixed, which I covered in a video a while back. And at the time I upgraded the scale. These are $100 scales. I've been trying to sell this one for around $50 for a month or two. Hasn't moved, but again, if this was something, if I needed some money, this is cash just sitting around that I could sell and get rid of. This TAD OP1, this is a $60 American-made admin pouch, plus shipping and or tax from TAD directly. I'm not using this. I decided to go in a different direction. I'm gonna need something black or gray. Another $50, $60 worth of items just sitting around collecting dust. So when we say we don't have money, or when we say that we would like to buy something, but I think that our consumption habits have convinced us of that. But I think if you look around, you'll find, what's this, over $1,000 worth of items just sitting right here on the table that I could sell today and I wouldn't miss, and that would give me $1,000 worth of capital to put into something else that I'm interested in at the moment. I think that if we just sat back and we really looked at what we had around us, what we had available to us, we would see that we're not as cash strapped as we think we are. Now granted, again, caveat, I know somebody's gonna say, I don't have a GEC knife, I don't have Spyderco's, I don't have Emerson's, I don't have, $800,000-$900,000 watch. Everybody, for the most part, that's into this hobby has accumulated gear over the years, and even if it's an old case knife that you can only get $30 for, or if it's just some other piece of random gear that's worth $20, $30, $40, $50, we have cash at our disposal. It's just that we're almost, in a sense, hoarding items to the side, and we're not taking making full use of the items we have at hand. So just something that I thought was interesting in that conversation, and I think of that often. A lot of times I don't have any sponsors, I don't have anyone that sends me anything for free. Anything you see on my channel is something that I've purchased with my own money. So a lot of times I have to sell something to recycle and reinvest into the channel and invest into this hobby. So I think a lot of times when we say we don't have, if we just step back and looked at what we do have, you'd find out you had more money than you thought. Always remember, lazy man carries a dull knife. I appreciate you guys watching. Catch you in the next one.